won't make a difference at all, Jake, and that is for Donald Trump to be the ringleader of and invite all his clowns to a place like the Bronx. New York will never, ever support Donald Trump for president.
So while the left wants to make it seem like there's no way anyone in the Bronx would support 45, rally goers have a slightly different take.
Things are super expensive, but for us mainly is the immigration. We think it's extremely unfair.
My great-grandmother, 95 years old, lifelong Democrat, is going to vote for Trump this year.
So what I think, no president ever came to the South Bronx. I don't know, so I just came to support and show love.
For him to be in a place like the South Bronx, it's huge. I mean, you've never seen any other candidate do this. Biden's not doing this.
All right, joining us now live in studio, two Bronx residents backing Trump, YouTuber Lou Valentino and Drew Alexander. Drew, I'll start with you since you're to my right here. Sure. Talk to me about what you heard from Donald Trump, his messaging, how he's resonating with you and the people who live in your area that obviously did show up to support him in droves because they wanted to hear something different.
No, absolutely. So, his message really was one of unity. And what you saw there was an incredibly diverse crowd. It was mind-blowing how diverse it was. And it was the complete opposite of what you hear people say about the GOP in terms of what was there in person. Every kind of person from every walk of life was present, everybody celebrating America and freedom and wanting to see us all win. And so his message really was out of unity and hope for the country.
What's going on, everyone? Sarskin here today. I want to get my analysis on why. Here's why the Democrats need racial division. Because they need it to win, honestly. If you see the rhetoric that's been coming out of the Democratic Party, you saw from the intro how the South Bronx really kind of exposed this trend that more black people are considering Donald Trump, right? And what does the Democrats go? Do they try to offer an alternative approach to solving the problems that everyday Americans are dealing with? No. They want you to focus on how different you are from the other individual next to you. And they like to slander Trump as being the divider in chief. Make it make sense. I remember if you saw my live stream, I made reference to how Trump was like, yo, we're all Americans. We're all suffering over this bad economy, this mismanaged administration. But Joe Biden want to sit here and pretend that Donald Trump is such a threat to democracy, right? And what brought this idea in my head is the fact that in my state of Florida, right, the Florida Democrats have accused Charlie Kirk of being a white supremacist and an anti-Semite. Yes, you heard that right. Charlie Kirk is being accused by the Florida Democratic Party of being a white supremacist and an anti-Semite because he decided to endorse, if I remember correctly, I'm pulling it up right now, because he decided to endorse Rex Scott for, I think, GOP Senate leadership. And now he's threatening to sue them, and I hope he does, because for too long, the Democrats have been getting away with a lot of lies lately. If you don't believe me, I have a clip ready for you guys where we're going to see two clips. One is where Biden was talking at the Howard College, I believe. And the second one is where his more recent campaign about talking about how if January 6th was a bunch of black people, Donald Trump wouldn't pardon them.
It's natural to wonder if democracy you hear about actually works for you. What is democracy? If black men are being killed in the street, what is democracy? The trail of broken promises still leave black communities behind. What is democracy? You have to be 10 times better than anyone else to get a fair shot. And most of all, what does it mean, as we've heard before, to be a black man who loves his country, even if it doesn't love him back in equal measure? He calls insurrectionists who stormed the Capitol patriots. Patriots. If reelected, he wants to pardon, quote, every one of them. Let me ask you, what do you think he would have done on January 6th if black Americans had stormed it? Think about this. What do you think would have happened if black Americans had stormed the Capitol? I don't think he'd be talking about pardons.
Honestly, I don't know if people are tired of this yet. I know a lot of people are tired of this nonsense, right? That's going on right here. And I kind of wanted, this is where I got the clip, and I kind of want to focus on some of the comments here, right? Like, this is what they're scared of. They're scared of more black people not looking at racism and getting emotional over it. And I think this is why racism, anti-Semite, all this stuff has been diluted, because people just use it to slander people that they don't agree with. I remember in debate class, they used to tell you that the first one to call someone else a name loses, because it proves that you don't have anything of substance to actually counter what the other person is saying. And this is what the Democrats and Biden has been showing time and time and time again. That they don't have a different approach. They don't have solutions that are more feasible than what Donald Trump is bringing up. So they want you to get you emotionally riled up. They talking about January 6th. Let's look at BLM. Look at how Kamala Harris was willing to bail out the BLM protesters. Look at how much of property damage they have done to the streets of the average day American. And in January 6th, people brung the fight to Congress. Oh, you can destroy small businesses across the country. You guys can steal, loot, cause a bunch of mayhem outside of the Washington, D.C. But the minute you bring that rioting and that protesting to the Washington, to the congressman, oh, no, we can't have that. Boom. All y'all going to jail. We'll prosecute all of you guys. Rules for thee, but not for me, right? That's been the Democratic Party all along. Look how the Democrats treated protesters against Israel on their national convention. They didn't want them nowhere nearby. But they want to sit here and pretend that they ain't guilty of the same thing that they're accusing Trump of. If you saw from the intro, there's a lot of people, like, we need to stop seeing color, bro. Your color is not the most important thing about you. It's part of your identity. I can agree to that. But it ain't the most important thing about you. I don't know anything about you because of your skin color. And it's what the Democrats, they fear losing this. Right? The average Trump supporter is not a white dude. There are Americans who care more about their country. Black, white, brown. We're sick of this BS and have had enough. And I think that's the sentiment that Trump is hitting at. That's the sentiment. Immigration affects all of us. Anyone who's telling you it's a white supremacy replacement theory talking point is an idiot. Because when these migrants migrate into the United States, who's the first people to get displaced by them? Minority communities. Immigrants that came here legally. Immigrants that did it the right way. Who followed the rules. Waited 15 years. I'm talking about my parents. Waited 15 years to legally immigrate into America. And you're just going to reward people who just showed up who cut the line and just showed up at the front door? And y'all surprised why the Hispanic vote is starting to trend towards Trump. Why you're surprised why the border issue isn't getting the outcomes that Democrats want. Because they don't understand something without looking at through the lens of race. Because this is my view. This is why I said Democrats are the racist party. Democrats are more willing to change their language based on your skin color. Democrats believe that black people couldn't be successful without affirmative action. When I make the claim affirmative action is racism under new management, black Democrats and Democrats want to get mad. No, that's the case. Democrats pretend that they're tolerant. You're not tolerant. Especially if you're a white liberal woman. You're the least tolerant person in this country. Statistically, more likely to block a friend or disassociate with a friend that have opposing political views. More likely, I'm talking about white liberal women here, more likely not to date somebody because they have opposite political views. White liberal women. Democratic Party has become the party of the white liberal women. Everything to appease the white liberal woman. Even they're reaching out for black folks, telling black folks, oh no, they're gonna put you back in chains. We're here to save you, because they're trying to feed into this little self-perception that white liberal women have of themselves. The black vote to the Democratic Party is essentially a pawn. You're a political football to get a group of people, white liberals, and now speaking in general with white liberals, who have a negative bias against their own community. You're feeding into that. This is why I make the joke, or many conservatives make the joke, that black power is reliant on white guilt, because the moment white people don't feel guilty about themselves, all the black Democrats lose all their power and influence. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. I'm waiting. Tell me I'm lying. Black Democrats like to pretend, oh, black conservatives, you looking for white approval. When your whole movement, your whole BLM is all relying on white approval. If white people didn't feel guilty about themselves, BLM will be in jail just like January 6ers are in jail. But they're not. They're getting bailed out by the Democratic Party. So white liberal women can feel good about voting for them. Like, this is the nonsense that people are talking about. Right? He's talking about he's making narratives about racism when he was actually involved in all this stuff. Joe Biden has always been a racist. He tries to use everything for his political gain. He is a horrible person, to be honest. I don't want my kids growing up in a jungle, a racial jungle. Joe Biden. But here you guys are. Democrats' machine purposely destroys Black America to create a permanent underclass of loyal voters. Is it not beneficial for the Democratic Party, for the Black community to be loyal to them? If the Black community looked up to Clarence Thomas, successful career, judge, Supreme Court justice, but he's a conservative, but they want you to deify George Floyd, a criminal, a man that got the cops called on him because he tried to steal money, he tried to steal products from someone else by giving them a counterfeit dollar. Now, two wrongs don't make a right, but he died of medical reasons, in my view, because he had drugs in his system. Sure, the stress of the situation, poverty caused it, but end of the day, it was a symptom of something he was already doing. If he had made a different decision that day, he would still be walking around alive today. But when you tell Black people that their behaviors have a direct correlation to their outcomes, they're going to say you're racist because you're condoning violence against Black people. When I'm not making excuses, I'm just telling you the reality. If he didn't resist arrest, he wouldn't put himself in that situation to trigger the symptoms in the first place. But now we're going to play this game. Oh, he died because of the foot on his neck. Look at the autopsy report. Don't look at the narratives that the media is trying to tell you, because that's all the media is today. Narratives. Biden, DI are the core strength of America, and it starts at the top with the vice presidency. The reason why Kamala Harris is such a bad VP is because she wasn't qualified in the first place. Biden only picked Kamala Harris so he could pander to the Black vote. Black people, you didn't realize? Look at Chicago. Look what happened when you only vote for people based on their skin color. It's never a good result. Never. But we walk with this presumption that, oh, the only people that can understand us is people that look like us. But y'all parroting the very same thing that white liberals been telling y'all since the 60s. And look at the downfall of our culture. Look at the negative incentives that's in our culture. Democrat senator admits his party needs America divided if they want to win. Senator Chris Murphy, very popular, admitted in a recent social media post that the Democratic Party could not rely on policies and programs alone if they wanted to win elections, and then suggested that promoting class warfare will help their cause. Murphy made the comments in a Tuesday post on X, citing a recent study that showed most Democrats were not tailoring their campaigns to make them about disparities in wealth. A new study showed that 4 out of 5 Democratic candidates don't talk about billionaires and corporate power, Murphy complained. The study highlighted the fact that Democrats have been losing support amongst the working class since 2012. If you're new to this channel, the Democrat Party is the party of the wealthy class now. The Democratic Party is the party of the elite. College-educated people vote Democrat. High-income people, rich people vote Democrat. The Democrats have become the party of the elite, pretending to be for the little guy. This is why they keep saying inflation is not a big deal. Statistically, the higher your income is, the more likely you are to say that inflation is not a big issue in your life. Or you are more likely to believe that inflation is exaggerated because you're not as directly affected by cost of living like poor or working class people are. But Democrats don't see this disconnect. They don't see, oh my God, why we're losing black voters under 50. Hey, sure, I can't change the old heads, old dogs, new tricks. They stuck in their ways. Hey, I'll leave them to it. Hey, keep going voting Democrat. I don't care. I care about people my age. I'm 28 years old. I care about people my age because look, doing the same thing, voting for the same party over and over and over again, it ain't gonna get me a different result. And you want to sit on the couch? Hey, I don't care. Sit on the couch. But then don't cry when nothing you want gets put out because you're not willing to put money behind what you're talking about. You're not willing to put votes behind what you're talking about. Trump offered the platinum plan. Hey, we're going to bring economic opportunities to your community. It wasn't done the way you wanted it to be done. You don't want to support it, even though the outcomes could actually help your community, bring economics to your community. These pro-liberation black people online always talking about how we need economic opportunities. We need economic freedom. We need black liberation. Black liberation starts with financial literacy, financial education, building our own stuff. Trump gives you the platinum plan so you can build opportunity zones so they can create business incentives for development, economic development in your communities. Y'all didn't vote for that. Y'all voted for Joe Biden. And Joe Biden's thanking y'all. He's like, oh, I'm thanking the black votes. It's because of the black voters that you're dealing with Bidenomics. Essentially putting the blame on y'all feet. Black women black women bragging about, oh, we're the reason Biden won. Black women, are y'all doing that today in 2024? We're the reason Biden won. Oh, so you're the reason why these immigrants are coming over here stealing tax dollars from us. You're the reason why our economy is pretty much feels like a recession and we're getting gaslighted to say it's not a recession. Why it's harder to find a job. Ask any college graduate trying to start their first job, start their first corporate career. It's hard to find a job right now. But we're in a strong economy. Cap. Inflation out of the roof. You voted in the president that had the highest inflation in 2022 in 40 years, the highest inflation. On average, he had 9% inflation increase month over month. He just got it down to 3%, but it's cumulative. 9%? Now it's at 3%. So now inflation is not rising as high as it used to be back in the day. And he's trying to champion that as a success. Black voters, you really want to take credit for that? I'm just saying. Murphy outright suggested that class warfare was the best way to get working class voters back into the Democratic fold. Impossible, because your party's ran by elitists. Look, the biggest contrast I have is look who Biden went to get mega donations and look what Trump did. Trump was getting, on average, Trump's donation was like under, $1,000? While Biden, he getting these big checks from these celebrities, Lizzo and them. You got Barack Obama, right? Elite class. He got all these rich people around him. The Jon Stewarts of the world around him. I forgot the other guy's name. The blackface guy. I forgot his name. Forgot Jimmy Kimmel. What are we going to do about Trump? That's who the Democrats cater to. Look it up. Just look it up. Look it up. Look up, hey, donating green. Trump's having rallies on the south of Bronx. Trump is going to the Bodega. I forgot where. I don't know. I don't live in New York. And then you got Biden out here campaigning with celebrities and these political elite people. Out of touch with most Americans. Oh, inflation is exaggerated. We're in a strong economy. Inflation only benefits people who own assets. Who's more likely to own assets? A working class person or a wealthy person like Bill Maher? You can answer that for yourself in the comment section. Democrats cannot win if they just talk about programs, he continued. We need to tell a story about how the concentration of wealth and power is ruining America. No, you need to talk about how you guys are ruining America. Because DI, like this is stuff that's being pushed by the wealthy and the powerful. DEI, affirmative action, but they don't highlight that stuff. They keep talking about inequity. But then they don't talk about, hey, what's the results? Oh, there's a disparity amongst wealth between the black community and the white community. It's because of racism, some simpleton leftist will say. Then me come along, my conservative will come along and say, hey, let's remove race out of the factor. Could there be another reason why there's a wealth disparity? Well, on average, the black population is younger than the white population. Okay, on average, don't older Americans make more money than younger Americans? Couldn't that explain the disparity? The black community just have a larger proportions of it being younger than the white community, and that's why there's a wealth disparity? Oh, I never thought about it that way. Yeah, because you need racial division to win. That's why. Democrats don't want you to forget nothing. Democrats, that's why Democrats focus so much on smearing Republicans as racist, anti-this, anti-that, xenophobic. All of it is just a distraction, honestly. And that is one of the reasons why. Actually, that's many of the reasons why Democrats need racial division. This is why they keep peddling race narratives. This is why they never let black people forget about racism. Why they always push to black people and other groups of people that, oh, the white man's after you. The white man hate you. The white man is the core of all the problems in your life. But then when you point out the reality, hey, reality is Asians make more money than the white man. Indians make more money than the white man. Why you ain't make more money than the white man, Hispanics and blacks? Because of decisions and actions and decisions that you guys make. That's it. But then you want to pretend it's about skin color because y'all don't want to look at ourselves in the mirror and realize, hey, it's our own actions that are causing the outcomes that we're getting. Because using racism as a scapegoat is more attractive and more, I guess, compelling for a lot of people than to look themselves in the face and realize that many of the problems that they're facing is due to the actions and decision makings of their own community and individuals at large. The failings of the previous generations of the community that have handed down bad circumstances to the next. Higher rate of single motherhood being tied to poverty, more likelihood to teen pregnancy, more likelihood of poverty, criminal behavior, right? If you look at kids that get suspended in class, single moms, you're creating this environment instead of actually doing the hard work and saying, okay, what is the most probable cause of these outcomes? You listen to the beautiful allure of blaming stuff outside of your control, aka your race. And I think this is the reality. I think the reality is a lot of people like comforting lies than the bitter truth. And that's the reality. That's why Democrats need the racial division. This is why Democrats need racism. Because if racism didn't exist, if no one cared about your sexuality, Democrats will have no story to tell because they know the facts are not on their side. And that's why Democrats focus on race. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What you guys thinking about my monologue, what you guys are thinking personally in the comment section. I'll be interested to hear what you guys have to say. You agree with me, disagree with me? I'd like to hear it all in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I really do appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.